Hey, welcome to Pilates with Jen, and thanks for joining me today. Today, I'm bringing you a beginner Pilates mat flow that is progressing on from my previous workout number 1 on the mat. Today, our props are going to be our Pilates mat down on the floor, folded in half to begin with. I'm also going to be using a set of gliders. If you don't have gliders and you're on a carpeted surface, paper plates work great. If you're on a hardwood surface, paper plates, socks, or dish rags work great as well. So you don't need the actual gliders to do this workout. You have props in your house that you can use around. So grab your gliders, grab your mat, and once you're ready, I'll meet you by the mat. All right, once you are ready, we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna start standing today. So I'm gonna begin with one glider. You can take that glider, you can put it on any foot you wanna start with. I am gonna go ahead, I'm gonna start with my right foot started on the glider. What you wanna be mindful is just the ball of your foot or a very light touch is on that glider. So the less pressure you have on it, the easier it glides away. So we're gonna go start with our standing leg that doesn't have a glider in it. Plug those shoulders back, draw those abdominals in, soft bends in that standing leg. For me is my left, hands can come to the hips. We're gonna come out just for a little bit of a side lunge, pressing the leg all the way out to the side, hinging our hips a little bit forward, pulling it in, squeezing the glutes. So sending your leg out, hinging forward, and coming up. Yes, just working into that mobility here, bending and pressing of that standing leg. You want to be mindful that those abs are drawn in, shoulders are down, and your chest is proud to the clouds. We're going to go for 4 more here, sending it out, bending in and lifting. Squeeze the glutes for 3 and 2. Last one, you're gonna hold it out. Just pulse it up and down. We're holding that and pulsing. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring that leg all the way in and let's switch that foot to the other side. So now my left foot is coming on, small bend in that standing leg. Abs are pulled in, shoulders tucked back and down. Go ahead, extend it out, hinge forward, keep the chest proud, and bring it in. So hands can be moving with your body. If you feel like you can move your hands, you can keep them at the hips, or you can just keep them by your side, whatever works for you. If you start moving your arms, it becomes full body movement. We're going for 3 and 2. Last one, we're gonna hold it down. Can you get down a little deeper? We're pulsing it here. We got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stand it all the way up, squeeze those glutes. Go ahead, let's switch the glider. I'm gonna turn to the side just so you have a better view. We are coming to a back lunge. So right foot is back on that glider, soft bend in that standing leg. Start with your balance first, extend it out, resist it in. Be mindful of that knee. That knee wants to stay tracing over that second toe. Squeezing the glutes every time you come up. We have 4 for 3 and 2. Last one, we're holding it down. We're gonna pulse it down and down. Gliders quiet, holding that balance for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pull it in and stand it up. We're gonna go ahead, switch that glider to the other side. Left foot now has the glider. I'm already getting out of breath. Abs are drawn in, shoulders back. Come into that back lunge. Watch the knee over the toe. Pull it in. So you're thinking about drawing those abdominals and squeezing those glutes at the top and resisting it out. Again, add the arm movements for full body work. Getting deeper, bringing up the heart rate if you choose. We have 4 for 3, 2, last one. We're gonna hold it down. Little pulses here. We got 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand it all the way up and squeeze it in. All right, take a moment, shake your legs. We're coming into a curtsy lunge. So my right foot is back onto that glider. Shoulders are down. Bring that leg behind you, bend it down, and step it up. So we're just coming in, finding our balance. If you need a chair, by all means, put a chair in front of you. Use the back of a chair. Reach it down. When you engage your whole body, heart rate comes up. We have 3 for 2. Last one, we're pulsing it, hold it down. Little pulses. Keep that glider soft for 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand it all the way up. Bring that leg back to the center and let's switch to that glider. All right, so nice and tall. Find your starting point, abs are in, hands at your chest, at your hip. Bring that leg, sweep it behind you, curtsy it down, and bring it out. Down and up. Think about those abdominals pulling in, sinking down into that little curtsy lunge. We have 4 and 3. I like to bring my hands to prayer because it gives me feedback of where my shoulders are. Last one, we're staying down. Hold it down. Little pulses. Yes, breathe it out for 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand it all the way up. Go ahead, take that foot out and shake it out here. All right, we're coming into some side sweeps. So, shoulders down, pelvis. Everything's back to your normal position, your working position. Leg comes out, whichever leg has the glider. For me, it's my right. We're sweeping little circle behind, half circle in front. Half circle behind and forward. So it doesn't have to be big behind you. You just want to engage that glute. We have 4 for 3, 2. Last one, you're going to hold it behind your leg here. Hinge yourself over. Pull it towards the heel, extend it back. Towards the heel, extend it back. For 4, 3, 2, find that balance, and 1. Stand it on up and shake it out. Last set here, I'm just going to move this glider away. We're going to go into those sweeps, so half a circle up, half a circle back. So I'm going to start back, half a circle back, squeeze the glute. Bring it up, watch those hips. They're staying quiet in front of you. Yes, we have 3 for 2. Last one, when it comes behind you, hold it back. Bend into that standing leg, find the balance, pull it in, extend it out. In and out. We have 6 for 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. You can slowly stand it on up. Go ahead, separate those feet and push that slider off to the side. We're going to come up to a little balance work here without the glider. So I'm going to come facing sideways so you have a better view. Arms are going to come to your side. You're going to take one leg long. I'm going to start with my left. Soft bend in my standing leg, which is my stabilizing leg, which is my right leg. Abs are pulled in. Toe is pointed behind you, hands are at your hips. From here, I want you to find your balance. We're gonna lower that back leg and drop it down, just like we did before with the glider, shifting our weight, but now we're just lowering and lifting. If you feel okay here, every time you lower, you're gonna extend both arms out, challenge that balance. And so lift and lower. We have 4 for 3, 2, and last 1. Excellent. Bring that foot in. Let's turn around, do the other side. So soft bend now in my standing leg. For me, that is my left leg. Right leg is reaching out long. Abs are pulled in, shoulders are back, plug down your back, hands are at your hips to start. When you're ready, transfer that weight to that standing leg, lower and lift. Try to keep the hips squared to the wall in front of you, lowering and lifting. It doesn't need to be high. Once you feel stable here, extend the arm balance and drop it down. So taking every movement you can make into full body once you start moving all of your limbs. Last 3 for 2. Last 1 here. Slowly bring that foot down and you can stand it on up. All right, we are going to be coming down to the mat. So I'm going to grab my mat, keep it folded in half, and you're going to sit towards the edge of the mat. My gliders are going to come underneath my heels. We won't be using the gliders to start, but if they're underneath your heels, I'll show you why. All right, from here, go ahead, roll yourself down. We're going to come into our bridging segment. Arms are reaching long by our sides. Now, your heels are pushing into those gliders. Arms are down. We're going to start with that hinge bridge. So from here, arms are pressing down into that mat. You're going to squeeze the glutes as you lift the pelvis off the mat. Hinge yourself up. And now hinge yourself down. Touch the mat, squeeze, inhale. Exhale, push up. Take an inhale at the top. Exhale, bring it down. Squeeze the glutes. Exhale up. Relax it down. So think about your feet in those gliders right now. Most of your weight is coming through your heels, squeezing those glutes, working down your back line. You also want to make sure that your ribs are not popping. We have 2 more. Last 2. On this last one, we're going to hold it up. We're dropping little pulses and lifting. Pulse, lift, squeeze, open from those hip flexors. Squeeze them towards the clouds. Keep that ribs connected to the abdominals. Don't splay or let that rib cage go. We have 3 for 2. Last one, squeeze it at the top. Now, if you're available and it's able, I want you to articulate yourself down, roll down from the base of your shoulders down towards your thoracic, slowly to your abdominals, and then your lower abdomen, you're coming back to your neutral spine. All right, adding on here. When you're ready, we're going to lift our hips, and now we're taking the right leg, we're going to extend it long. Pull it back in, keep those hips lifted. Right leg, extend it long, not switching legs, staying on the same side. Watch your hips that they stay level. Put your hands on your hips that they're not dropping. Drag with that heel, that slider in, working into that glute. We have 4 for 3, 2, last one, pull it in, pick those hips if they fell. We're going right to the left, so extend the left out. Watch the hips that they stay square. Drag it in with that heel. Extend it out. Oh, I lost my glider. Drag it in with that heel. Keep those hips holding up. We have 4. Your hamstrings should be talking, especially if you're using that heel. Last 2. Last one here, pull it in, lift both hips, hinge yourself down into one unit, bring your knees towards your chest, and rock it out for a moment. So just open your hips, bring them in and out. Yes, that was a little bit taxing on the hamstrings, especially if you're not used to it. All right, so from here, we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna keep those heels on those gliders. Bottom stays down here. Arms are reaching long by our sides. Both legs are gonna extend out now. Pull the legs out. Now draw the abdominals in. Pull the abdomen to the spine. Hands come to your hips. Feel the lower abdominals pull in those legs as you drag those heels in. Extend both legs out. Put pressure into the heels, abs in. Drag both heels in as you pull towards your glutes. Feel the lower abdominals fire as you press that weight into that back body. We have 2 more, both leg extensions and coming out. Last one here, pull it in and keep your heels underneath your knees. Behind your head, nothing right now happens with your feet. They're just resting on those gliders. Elbows come wide, chin comes down towards your chest, tuck it in ever so slightly. From here, we're gonna lead with the chest, draw those abdominals in, take a big deep inhale, exhale, curl yourself up, look through those legs, and come back down. So coming in for lower and lifts of our chest, keeping that chest proud, it's leading the way. We have 4 for 3, 2, last one. I want you to hold it up, pulse up. We got 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here, I want you to hold yourself up, draw your abdominals in. I want you to extend the right leg long, drag it in. Extend the left leg long, drag it in. Alternate from side to side, keeping those abdominals pulled in, gazes between those legs. You're dragging with your glutes as you're holding those abdominals from the top. We got 2 more on each side. Breathe it out. Last one. Each side, pull that in. Slowly let your head come down. And go ahead and bring your arms by your side. We're going to reach our legs long. Arms are going to come up over our heads. Now from here, our legs are going to open wide. Squeeze them together. So just like the thigh machine in the gym, the abduction and adduction of the thighs, this is the same motion with our legs. Now we're going to make this full body work. So next time the legs come together, I want you to tuck your chin towards your chest. Draw those abdominals in, pull them underneath your spine. Take a big deep inhale. Curl yourself up as you exhale. Hold it here. Arms reach long. Take an inhale here. Exhale. Continue rolling yourself up, stacking your spine up nice and tall. I want you to open those legs, close those legs, and roll yourself down. So now you can make movement if you choose, or you can make it a 3-section movement, which is more slow and controlled. You hold here, you take an inhale. As you exhale, you continue rolling up. Find those abdominals deep towards the spine. You come up, you stack your spine, you send your shoulders back and down. You open your legs, you close your legs, and roll yourself down. We have 4 more. Tuck the chin, Slowly roll, find your place, take an inhale, exhale, continue rolling up, getting deeper into those abdominals, open and close. Roll yourself down vertebrae by vertebrae. Can you control how slow you roll down? Arms come back up over the head. We have 2 more here. Arms come up. You're slowly going to roll your final one. You're going to stack your spine up nice and tall. You're going to open, close your legs, and then bend your knees in towards yourself. You can go ahead. We're done with the gliders. We can place them away. We are going to be untucking our mat now, so opening our mat to full position. Once you have your mat down in full position, we're going to come in to our side plank series. So we did this last week in the first flow. So we're going to start with our elbow. So I'm starting with my left hip down. My left elbow is underneath. Now you have the choice. You can keep the knees stacked. With the hip stacked, stay forward to the wall in front of you. Or you can bring the one leg out, knees are stacked. So you choose where you want to be. I'll start modified, draw myself up, reach out of my shoulder, and then I'll extend my leg long. You want to make sure that your hips are stacked. Hands can be at your hips. Arms can come up to the clouds. We're just holding this plank like we did last week. We're just holding it. We have 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. From here, I want you to pulse it down and lift it up. So pulse it down and up. You're dropping your hips towards the mat, squeeze and lift. We have 4, for 3, 2. On this last one, I want you to hold it up. Draw those obliques in. Now you're taking your top hands. If it's on your hip, that is fine. Just reach it up. We're going to thread the needle. Bring that hand under. Twist that waist. Look under that armpit and bring it up towards the clouds. So again, rotate. You're threading that needle, reaching that hand underneath that waistline, curling yourself under and rotating back square to the wall in front of you. Your hips are trying to stay stacked. You're still pushing through that shoulder. You're not dumping in. We have 2 more here. Thread that needle. Really get that gaze underneath through that armpit. 1 more. Rotate that waist around the spine. Bring it back up to center. We're holding here. We got 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your hips on down. Bring your knees in towards the center. And from here, just give yourself a stretch for a moment. And we are going right over to the other side. So coming into our side plank, now this is my right side, right hip is down. Start modified if you choose. Stack your hips, draw the abs in, pull the obliques. Once you have that elbow underneath the shoulder, lift those hips. I'm going to extend my leg, fix my body, push out of that arm. Now, hands can stay at the hips, up to the clouds. You choose where you want to be. Just don't dump into this shoulder. So lift out of the shoulder. We're just holding. We got 5 more seconds for 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to start with those pulses. So drop them down, squeeze and lift. Think about getting the rib cage to the waistline. Squeeze and lift. We got 5, for 4, 3, push out of that shoulder, 2, last one. You're going to hold it up. We're coming with that thread of the needle. So take that top hand, bring it under that waistline, and bring it up. Think about rotating that waist. Try not to move the hips. The hips are staying square to the wall in front of you. Gaze comes with your movement. Every time you rotate underneath that arm, can you get a little deeper for that rotation? Last two. Last one. We're going to extend that arm or bring it back to the hip, push out of that shoulder, pull those obliques up for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the hips down, come on up, and relax those shoulders. Interlace your hands. I want you to flip your palms away from you and just push those hands out. We are going to be coming into bird dog, so I'm just extending your hands, stretching them out. And I'm going to turn to the long part of my mat, so I have mat in front of me and behind me. I'm going to take my hands, I'm going to place them underneath my shoulders. My fingers are spread wide. The wider you have your palms, the more distributed the weight is. Your knees are stacked underneath your hips. Your abdominals are pulled up and your back is straight. Now, we're going to extend one leg long. I'm going to extend my right leg, start with my right, reach it long behind me. Now, left leg coming into bird dog, left arm is reaching up. We're just going to tap the hand and the leg towards the floor, lift them both together. What I want you to be mindful is that you're keeping those abdominals and those rib cage squeezing together, not allowing the lower back to arch. So just lowering and lifting, keeping those abdominals in, finding your focus on the floor for 4, 3, 2, 1. We're holding it. Now we're taking circles. Take your hand and your foot at 12 o'clock. Now you're coming to 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and 12 o'clock together. So they're moving in the same direction as the same time, or trying to. Circle legs are usually smaller, so just trying to get them to move in the same circular pattern. Last one. Hold, reverse the other way. So you're coming out from 12, 9, 6, and 3. 12, 9, 6, and 3. I have to picture each one to get my circles going in the right direction. For 2 and 1. Find your stability and bring it back on in. All right, my left leg is now coming long. Make sure those hips are squared to the mat. Open those palms. Shoulders are over the wrist. Once you're ready, find that right hand, touch the mat. Now, lift and lower both. Now remember, both sides are not the same. I feel a little unsteady on this side, much more than my right side, so I'm going to tuck my toes under just to help stabilize me a little bit. Last 2. Keep those abdominals in. Don't hold here. Now remember, 12, 6, 9. 12, 6, and 9. Get them moving together. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going 12, 9, 3. Leg circles can be smaller. I have so much problems with this leg doing it in that direction. Twelve, 9, 3. There I go. We have 4 for 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead, bring that knee on in. Sit your hips back down. Reach those arms long. Come into a child's pose for a moment. All right. We're going to find ourselves back into that bird dog position here. But this time we're going to find our knees together. And we're gonna go into modified planks here. So knees are together. You're gonna drop your hips forward. You're gonna lift your heels so they're squeezing towards your glutes. Your abdominals are pulled in. Your shoulders are back and down. Your neck is long. If you are okay here and you want a little bit more work, by all means, go ahead, tuck your toes under, come into that full plank position, hold those abdominals in, send the weight to your heels. We're just holding here, whether you're modified or full, for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop your knees down, sit back into that child's pose position. And we are all going to be coming back into a modified plank. So bringing the knees away from your body, squeezing them together, dropping your hips forward, sending those shoulders back and down. Now I want you to stagger your hands. So one hand is in front and one hand is in back. So you have a staggered stance. Abs are drawn in. I want you to bend the elbows back towards your rib cage and lift. So we're coming into a staggered modified push-up, reaching, building up that arm strength. Keep those abdominals drawn in, push and press away. Bending those elbows and pushing through those arms. We have 3 for 2. Elbows coming straight back to the rib cage for 3. Place that arm to meet the other one. Roll the other hand back into a staggered stance. Same motion here. Abs are drawn in, squeezing the glutes. Drop the elbows back towards your rib cage and lift. Back towards the rib cage and lift. So I'm exhaling. Inhale, I'm pushing up. I'm not sure why, but that's just what my body is doing. Last 2. Okay, changed my breath. Now I'm exhaling when I push up. Reach it long, bring those hands together, drop yourself into that child's pose. Reach those arms long. We have one more set, building up our push-ups as well. So coming back into that modified plank, arms are even. Now elbows come wide for that normal push-up. So from here, draw those abdominals in. We're only going for 8. So drop the elbows down and lift. Press it down, lift. Remember, you do what you can do. You can always do these on a wall. You can do them up on your reformer. We have 4 for 3, 2, and last 1. Extend those arms, send those hips on back. Come into that last child pose. Reach those arms long. Take an inhale. And then from here, we're going to come back up to our knees. We're going to take our hands off the mat and we're going to come into a kneeling position. If you don't like to be high on your knees, you can always sit down. You can also sit on your bottom if you choose. Last week we did this with a TheraBand. This week we're doing it with no work. So shoulders are back and down. Your elbows are coming wide to field goal position. Palms are spread open, palms are faced away from you. Reach those arms up, draw those abdominals in, find that length through that waistline. Pull the elbows down for a wide shoulder press and reach up. So pulling down and up. As you're reaching up, scapulas are lifting. Don't let them come up to your ears. As you press down, you're squeezing them down your back, away from each other. Up, they're coming together. Find that length. Squeeze down. And up. Just think about the muscles moving. Squeezing, pinching together as you reach those elbows down. We have 3 for 2. Last one, arms come back to field goal position. Elbows are coming towards your chest, towards together, and release. Open that chest wide, but don't pop. So squeeze together, open wide, squeeze the scapula, but don't pop through the chest. So squeeze the scapulas together to reduce that pop. The tighter you squeeze, the less of a pop you get. For 4, 3, 2, last one. Keep those arms open to that field goal position. Extend your arms. Arms are reaching long. We're coming into arm circles. So coming around, whichever direction you want to go, you're going to make them small and mighty. We're going to go in both directions. So whichever direction you choose, I'm going back first, reaching those arms. Draw those abdominals in. Shoulders are hugging, plug down your back, hugging your back. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold those circles. Let's reverse them. Squeezing around. Think about inhaling, exhaling as the circle comes around. So inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, 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 exhale. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the arms, flip the palms back, drop the shoulders, plug them down your back, press them back, and squeeze forward. Fingers are spread, pushing through that air. Squeeze that chest, bring that chest proud, but don't pop too much. Squeeze. Hug those scapulas together back there. We got 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, you're going to hold it back. We got 8 pulses for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, drop those arms. Woo, even with no weights, if you really engage those muscles, you definitely feel it. All right, drop those shoulders. We're going to take our hand, whichever hand you want. I'm going to start with my left hand down by my side. My right hand is coming out. We're coming into lateral flexion, so I want you to drop your hand, drive it all the way down towards your knee as your right hand comes up and over, and you draw that left waistline up and over the waistline. That rib cage, I meant over the waistline. Bring it back up to center. Let's take the other hand, reach it down. Come over towards your left hand side. Right hand, right rib cage trying to come over that waistline. Come up, alternate from side to side, trying to drive that hand further down that leg every time you come into that side bend. Hollow out, pull those obliques up and under. One more, this side. Reach up and over. Let's float the arm up. Center, go ahead, roll those shoulders. And go ahead, have a seat back down on your mat. I'm just going to turn sideways so my mat is long in front of me. You're going to open your feet up wide, sit up nice and tall. Hands are going to be reaching out. We're coming into a little bit of rotation of the waist. So right now, I'm just going to rotate my waist towards the left, pump it twice, bring it back to center. Rotate my waist towards the left, pump it twice, and bring it to center. So rotate straight, rotate, pump twice, and bring back. What you want to be mindful is that you're trying to keep those hips quiet and the waistline is rotating around the spine. Last 2. One more each direction. Make sure you finish equally and bring yourself back to center. From here, legs come forward. I want you to tuck your chin towards your chest. Slowly roll yourself forward for a spine stretch forward. Try to drop those heels. Soft bends in your knee. If you want to get deeper into it, you can flex those feet to try to stretch out those hamstrings. From here, release the bottom of your feet or whatever you're pulling up against. Slowly roll yourself on up. Relax those shoulders. And from here, we're slowly going to come up off our mat to a standing position. We're going to find our feet hip distance apart, and our arms are going to come reach long. We're going to finish with a little standing saw, and then we're going to go into a roll down. So from here, just like we did before with the rotation, we're going to turn. I'm turning towards my left. I'm going to drop my pinky towards my pinky toe with my left hand reaching up far behind my arm above me. With my arm behind me. Bring it back up to center. Rotate at the waist. Hinge diagonally over. Pinky to pinky. Straight arm up towards the clouds. You can take your gaze with that arm up towards the clouds. Slowly bring it up. Rotate. Hinge over. Bend diagonally. Reach that arm. Draw those abdominals in. We'll do one more to each side. Finish evenly, opposite side that you started on. Bring yourself back up to center. We're going to take our feet, bring them to the center here. Bring those arms up to the clouds. Drop those shoulders, tuck the chin towards your chest. Slowly roll yourself down, one vertebrae at a time. Coming all the way down to the floor. From here, place your hands on the floor. If it's available, bend your knees if you need to. Don't compromise the hamstring stretch if you can't touch the floors. Just bend your knees and place your hands on the floor and work into your hamstrings. So from here, now slowly take an inhale. Exhale. I want you to slowly lift those hands. As you lift those hands, you straighten the legs if they're bent. Slowly roll yourself up, one vertebrae at a time. Bringing the arms up overhead. And then from here, cactus those hands, hands to heart. And thank you so much for joining me for this weekend Pilates mat class. And until next weekend, I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you on the mat. Bye.